The treasure house I'll be making a beeline for as soon as our galleries reopen. There's a room at Tate Modern that seems to depict nothing at all. This place floods me with intense and unforgettable waves of mysterious meaning. I want to be there, right now, because this is a masterpiece both of tragedy and inexplicable hope. It is the Rothko Room, and it contains one of the greatest artistic gifts Britain has ever received. "50 years ago, on the 25th of February 1970, 9 big darkly stained canvases arrived at the Tate Gallery. That same day in New York, the artist Mark Rothko, who had given Britain these majestic paintings for free, took his own life. They have been shown ever since in a space of their own that is usually as hushed as a chapel or a theatre where the last act of Hamlet is playing. But there was nothing very reverent about the setting for which these murals, as Rothko called them, were commissioned. In 1958, he signed a contract to paint a set of canvases to decorate the Four Seasons, a swanky new restaurant in Manhattan's sleekest, classiest skyscraper, the Seagram Building. Rothko described it as a place where the richest bastards in New York will come to feed and show off. Warming to the theme, he claimed, "I hope to paint something that will ruin the appetite of every son of a bitch who ever eats in that place." Looking at this sinister rectangle that hangs like a window frame formed from black smoke against a brooding purple void, it does seem an unlikely choice for a restaurant. Yet I don't think Rothko really wanted to nauseate people. He wanted to exalt them, to transform the Four Seasons from an eatery into a temple. For Rothko, art was nothing if it was not serious. He carried a heavy history with him. Born Marcus Rothkowitz in the Russian Empire's Jewish Pale of Settlement in 1903, he emigrated from this land of pogroms when he was 10, too old to forget where he came from. He never really felt at home in America. In a country that values optimism, he painted coloured veils of forbidding old-world despair. At first sight, abstract art could seem like it's about nothing at all. But the Rothko Room pulses with ideas, suggestions, above all feelings. Rothko came to fame as one of New York's abstract expressionists, a generation of painters led by Jackson Pollock, who broke the frame of art with cinemascope epics of pure colour. As the label quite accurately implies, none were just abstract. Their art has emotional intensity. It is expressive. Rothko thought of what he was creating as a kind of emotional architecture. All 9 paintings in it feature shapes that resemble windows or doors, and that seem to stand forward from the underlying clouds of red or purple. Rothko wanted them to feel like false doors, blind windows. As he was painting these canvases, he said, he discovered he was subconsciously channeling an architectural masterpiece, the austere vestibule of the Laurentian Library in Florence, designed by Michelangelo, which uses blocked-off windows with grey pediments to deliberately create a sense of tragic foreboding, even claustrophobia. There was too much of Rothko in these paintings for him to hand them over to a restaurant. They are fired by something grand and desperate. Rothko said, when he was working on these paintings, that great art needs to be about death. It must be tragic. It should also be sensual, he added. It's precisely that tension between bleakness and an ecstatic pleasure in deep organic colour that makes these paintings, for me, so addictive. And they have hope. This is tragic art, full of terror, violence and death. But it also breathes a relish for smoky, suggestive artistic nuance. At the edge of nothingness, a weird beauty is glimpsed, in the soft, misty boundaries of smoke and sky. Is there something on the other side of nothingness? I know that every time I visit this room, I leave with a heightened sense of life. The ancient Greeks had a word for it: catharsis. Tragic art harrows us in order to renew us. That's catharsis. Rothko knew that wasn't going to wash with the rich bastards he fed at the Four Seasons, so instead he gave these marvellous paintings to us, the British people. I've never felt so painfully aware that Britain's museums are full of artistic treasures. You don't know what you've got till it's locked down. We need art, and after this I think we'll value it more than ever.